I'm Jessica.
I'm Courtney.
Welcome to our final episode of our mini cut series.
Say bye, Betty.
Oh, Betty.
Piece of paper.
Cheers. Cheers! Good job. Guess I should have stirred that first. Alright, so how do you think it went?
I think it went great. I'd be curious to try this in the summertime though, when I'm not super stressed from school and can actually work out consistently too.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see what it would have been like if you got to train as well. But, I mean, you made it work regardless. You still were training more consistently than you were prior to that. Yeah. And prior to the summertime. Because I don't think you were training at all in the summer.
No.
Yeah.
I was training pre-COVID, and then COVID hit and I gave up on life.
So what would you say the biggest positive from this experience was?
The biggest positive was how much I learned. I found this really valuable, not just in the weight loss aspect, but I learned so much about nutrition that I never knew before. And it's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
That's good, that's awesome. That's really good that you got to learn something out of it. What would you say the biggest struggle was?
The biggest struggle was school. But yeah, it was really hard to juggle everything.
Yeah, and keep that in mind when not when you're dieting, but for everybody else, is you need to take a look at what your life looks like before you actually start a diet. I know when I had mentioned it, you probably didn't really think about all the school and shit that was going on. Yeah. So I think if I would have caught you like in the last 2 weeks, you'd be like, no, let's just wait until after school is done. And that's going to be a huge factor in whether or not the dieting is going to be successful or not. Is lifestyle does play a huge role in it. Other than school, what was like another obstacle?
Another obstacle. I don't think I really had another obstacle besides
That's good.
being super freaking busy. Yeah.
No, that's really good. That's really good. You're like 1 in a billion. All my clients are like, oh, this happened and this happened.
Maybe it's because we also weren't drinking. Like, I think if there were times where I was hungover, I would have for sure ordered like 2,000 calories worth of McDonald's. But
yeah. How did Thanksgiving go? Because we haven't done a video in the last 2 weeks.
Thanksgiving was good. I don't know if I tracked accurately. I tried my best, but it doesn't look like I gained too much weight after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, you were still consistent. Your weight was still dropping. Mm-hmm. For everybody that is watching this, Courtney lost a average of... Let me get my paper. Oops, sorry. Oh my god. You lost an average of 7.2 pounds. So that's fucking amazing. So that's just your average from week 1 to this last week. But if we were to look at your highest day and your lowest day, I think you're coming in about 11 pounds lost. Yeah, and that's why I like to do the averages, because then regardless if you're on the high side or the low side, then it gives you a more accurate number. And then I also gave Courtney her new calorie goals. So I actually did the math and found her actual maintenance calories, which is fairly close to what they were when I had calculated them in the first place. I think they're maybe 30 calories off. So that's fantastic. Like your metabolism is in a really good place, and now it's time to build some muscle. Woohoo! So going back to maintenance, you'll probably see about a 1 to 2 pound gain just from adding in more food, more carbohydrates, and then if you're going to be training more frequently, you'll probably see a little bit of muscle mass added, but not too much since you're not going to be in like a super big surplus. So my recommendation for Courtney is for the next couple of weeks to either track 7 days at her new calorie goal, which is at 2244, and after that to move into like maybe only tracking a couple days out of the week. It just gives you more of an idea of what actually to eat, and then to just monitor your weight and make sure that you're staying within, you know, that plus or minus 2 pounds. Yeah, other than that, you know, you did awesome, and now you get to eat 695 calories more than what you were. So booze time. all the calories that we would usually have in booze, hey? It's probably how you're maintaining before. You're just not eating all the fiber. But yeah, thank you so much for doing this with me. It was really cool to, you know, teach you my world and everything else that goes along with it, because, you know, you've never dieted before, so you've never experienced this, and it was cool to teach a new person that hasn't been brainwashed by media.
Yeah, I thank you. This was a really valuable experience. It taught me. I don't really like the word diet, because people give you that look like, oh, like, what are you doing, taking weight loss pills or something like that, or starving yourself? But no, most of the time I mean, maybe sometimes, but I wasn't starving to death. I was fine, because, you know, I ate lots of protein, and like Jess said, it makes you feel full a lot longer. But yeah, overall, this was a really valuable experience, and yeah, it wasn't what the media makes it out to be.
Yeah, it's a lot more simpler, right?
Yeah, it is. Way more simple than you'd think.
Yeah, you don't need to take this pill and that pill and starve yourself for 12 hours.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in, if you've tuned in this far. And congratulations, Courtney. I'll share her progress pictures, which is really freaking amazing, the results that she got in the last 4 weeks. I do want to, though, make a disclaimer. Usually I wouldn't recommend doing it within these 4 weeks. The results that she saw, I would say probably around 6 weeks to 8 weeks. She was on a little bit more of an aggressive deficit that I would normally never do with my clients, but since she has never dieted before, and the last time, well, she has dieted, but not to that extent, and you also maintained your weight for the last, since you had lost that weight almost a year ago, and that would be the only time that I'd say like this is a good option for an actual mini cut, and the results really reflect that.
Woo! It's a PR season now, boys.
Yeah, now time to make some gains. See if pull it in. There you go. Gotta teach her how to flex. See ya. Check you later. Alright, it's over! Woo! Time for a drink!
Yes!
Give me your glass. Alright, let's try this again. I think this is a sign we should not do a video.
Should we give up and go to happy hour?
Yeah. If only it was happy hour.
Oh man.
Alright. I think we're fucking cursed.